or afternoon. Today we're looking at number 17, Sing Noel, and it is a round. Now, the first thing that you should notice in number 17 is that it is in cut time, meaning that the time signature is 2-2. So what that means for you is it's essentially very fast 4-4, but instead of tapping your foot, tap, 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 you're going to be tapping your foot every other beat, tap, 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 while still thinking 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. So you're tapping your foot in half notes. So going through this is played as a round, and hopefully if COVID ever goes away, we'll be able to play this as a round with ourselves. But in theory, the first group or person would start here, and then when the first person gets here, when they're starting measure 5, the next group would start at the beginning, and it would just play through like that with the repeat. So as long as you are reading this in cut time and counting accurately, this should be fairly simple to play for the brass instruments. So there's a couple of things that I would like to check out right away. First, we're going to look at the clarinet part. So I'm looking at the clarinet part, and it is quite high. So as you're going up to these super high notes right here, make sure that your chin is staying very flat and that your air is staying the same. Chin flat, air the same, and these should come out just fine. Okay, and now, last but not least, let's take a look at that pesky French horn part. Sometimes these books have crazy French horn parts, and it looks like this one is not the exception. So French horns, you'll be starting up here with everyone else, and then when you get to number 1 here in measure 5, you're going to go up an octave, and then when you get back down here to the third measure of the second line, you're going to jump down an octave. So I wouldn't say that's overly difficult. The most difficult part is just going to be listening and finding the interval here, French horns, between the F and the C. So that should be a fourth. It should be a fairly easy interval to hear. So if I were a French horn player, I would start right here and get these 3 measures down first and then start moving on. And please remember that D, trigger, 1, 2 for B flat double horn. All right, good luck people, and have fun with this one. It should be fun to play.